well. Doing this one a little bit backwards because this is actually the end of the project, and normally what I do is I do an overview of the class before we do it, but this was one that I just kind of made up as we went along, so I'm doing it the opposite way round. So we've actually finished the class now, and you can go along and follow the instructions for free on my YouTube or via my Paper Scissors Story Facebook group. So I wanted to make a tag book with big tags, and I wanted to use my first Cal Summers paper line, which is called Adventure Awaits, and it's been designed by an amazing lady called Jo Richards, who is the most amazing watercolor artist you've ever seen. And Jo and I have been collaborating on actually lots of sets of papers, but this is the first one to come out, and as I said, it's called Adventure Awaits. I've used it for a retreat last summer, which is a pop-up book for which you can still get the instructions. The papers are available as paper or digital downloads in my shop at calsummers.co.uk. But this is a project that I wanted to do, and has taken us a few weeks. So the papers themselves are single-sided. This was absolutely deliberate because I don't know about you, but when I'm working on papers or working with papers, I always want both sides. So I kind of took that problem away from you. The other thing that we've done with the papers as well is that we have added all the embellishments into the paper collection, so that, you know, in this time when we're all having to save a little bit of money, you have got the bonus two ways. Firstly, all of your embellishments are there for you to cut out, and you can either cut them by hand or use your scan and cut, or whatever it is that you use to cut out items. And you can also make up the embellishments yourself. There's all sorts of little bits and pieces and little designs. I like to layer stuff up, as you know, so you'll see that I've done that throughout this little tag book. But there are, you know, the paper, I think the way that we've done it is really good value for money, because I think we've thought of kind of every solution. I have sewn a lot on my book. It's not structural, but I think you all know by now that I quite enjoy sewing. So let me take you through it a little bit. It has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, 6 little tags, and they are all bound with this big circular binder ring, hinge binder ring at the top. Now, one of the really cool things here I cannot take credit for. I wish I could, but I can't. And that is there are a whole load of little charms. And this was Karen McGinnigal and Louise Hughes printing from the digital paper pack onto shrink plastic, special printable shrink plastic, and then making little charms for them. And you can see that I've actually used those quite a lot throughout, because they're just so cute. So I thought that was a really lovely way to use the digital papers to make your embellishments. We've also done a lot of words and phrases as well, so that, you know, everything kind of matches up. So my first page is the smallest tag, and on there I've just kind of like looked at travel in general. So what I've done is I've taken some of the kind of like banner bits that you've got in your embellishment set. I've sewn around the edge of the tag. I've fussy cut some of the tickets and the immigration signs, and I have taken the suitcases and I have laid them up onto grey board, so that it just adds a bit of interest. So I did find some chipboard little pieces as well that I've just added on for a little bit of extra. Now, the space for photographs, seeing as it's a memory book, I guess would go on the back. So on the back of each tag is a little pocket, and then you could put journaling or little photos on there as well. So the back of each page has something going on there. Now, page 2 for me was all about paperwork. So we've got passport guides. You'll recognise, if you're in the UK, some of these tickets, and I have layered them up onto grey board just to add a little bit of interest. Then the back, once again, what we've got here is we've got our sort of fold up photo mat that you could put photos on. I have used some of the cut aparts here to decorate, and then there are a lot of tags as well in the set, which I have also used to you know, decorate the back. And then I've just put some paper clips on because I like paper clips. Let me just put that back in. Oh, let's put that back in there. There we go. Okay, the next page was all about boating. So what I've done here is I've taken some more of the kind of like bannery edges, and I've sewed on those. I've taken some of these, I mean, this is gorgeous, kind of 1960s, 70s imagery and colours. And that's one thing that Joe and I have decided about all the collections, is that they're not going to be necessarily a usual colourway, which I hope is going to be our USP. But I've taken one of the big titles here, and once again, like I said, a fussy cut, and I have layered up all on grey board. So it is very 3D, you're not kind of seeing that there. Back of this one, once again, I've got a layered up tag, and then there's my photo mat that I can put photos on, etc, etc. Now, this page is all about flying. So I've got my little aeroplane, which is he's put on to acetate so that he comes off the page a bit. And I've cut some of these gorgeous circles out. I've sewn around some of them. And then I've just stuck some on the sides as well, but I've left lots of kind of like tassel-y bits. And then here on the back of that, we've got this big photo mat here. I've used some cutter parts there. And I've added in more tags and shrink plastic. On this page, this is a little bit of a, oh, where's that come from? Interesting. Don't know. Oh, down there maybe. Who knows? Shall I glue it on? Could do if I could find my glue. Oh, I'm going to have an avalanche now. Oh, needless to say, the glue won't come out. This may have to just get left off. Oh, there we go. So that, let's pop that down there. I think that must have gone there. Right. Helpful tip, always make sure your glue is dried before you start messing with stuff. Right, so this page is all about kind of like traveling on the road. So we've got some of these, we've got this nice map paper behind. I've done some more cutting out of the kind of like, I don't know, how do you describe them? The circles and the line images. I have actually used, this is a Maker Mark 3D printed title here. And we've got a little slider here. So we've got our little car, and when you pull it, he leaves a little message. On the back of that, we've got another great big photo mat, so that's nice and big to put lots of photos on. Then our final page is just kind of thinking about, I don't know, words that we might use for traveling. We've got lots of luggage. Things are layered up again onto grey board so that it's very, very 3D. You don't really get the benefit of seeing that here. And then on the back of that, once again, we've got our big photo mat. This is the paper that I cut up for the previous bits. So that is the little Adventure Awaits project, which considering that I ad-libbed it, I'm really, really pleased with it. It's come out really lovely, and I'm going to do one of these, I think, with every one of our collections. So the next one, as you know, is the sweet treats, and project with that will be following, not in this style a book, but then we'll do one of these as well. So if you want to make one of these, you can follow the free classes, which are on my YouTube, as I said, or in Paper Scissors Story. And the papers, whether you choose the digital download or the pack of physical papers, they are in my shop at calsummersworkshops.co.uk. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you really soon with another project. Bye.